Like in Canada, we pay like $400 for ass seats. Like like mid to ass. You know what I mean? Like
mid
to ass seats for $400. Welcome back to another episode of Disstrackted. You got your host here, Jag, aka Santos, and
me. I am Gugs,
and I feel like this episode is going to be more of a comeback story.
Comeback season. There's some songs that came out Friday or Thursday midnight, whatever, and some of them were pretty damn good. Yeah, no, yeah. There's a lot of shit that came out. A lot of big names. And then I guess we can always just start it off with Eminem. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking big names, that's one of the biggest for sure, right?
Yeah, with who Eminem drops Houdini from his new album, and
along with the music video too.
Yeah, the music video is pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, so what did you think of it?
It literally took me back to the days of like when he like Slim Shady. Back in the day, fucking Dr. Dre looked way too fucking old to be
old, yeah.
Right? Like they maybe should have done some CGI on him, or somebody should have dyed his beard or hair, or whatever. But he looked very uncomfortable in that car.
Yeah, 50 was in it too, right?
Yeah, 50 was in it. The other guy, Pete Davidson.
Oh yeah.
He fucking literally bangs every Model S girl. Nobody knows what his secret sauce is, but he does it. And he made an appearance. It was a good song. He had his typical sketchy lines and touchy subjects.
Yeah, I liked it as a whole. Like it was cool when I watched it and I heard it. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. It's like I always go out of my way to check out Eminem. It's fun to hear him rap, and
yeah.
I really like it. It did kind of take me back to like the old school Slim Shady. I just kind of wish that.
It's a real shady.
I wish he would have done it sooner. Like, why did he wait like so long to do this now? Like, he could have done this like 5, even like 10 years ago. But like,
yeah, on a side note, I really don't like his look. The black hair, like the jet black hair, the jet black
and the
beard.
Yeah,
it's just it doesn't work. Like when I saw him with the blonde hair, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that feels natural. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this new one, I don't.
But I mean, like, cause he released like the Marshall Mathers LP 2. He did like a couple other albums where he kind of teased being like the old Eminem. But this one, he really came back like the old Eminem, and I like it. It's like a throwback, but that's what I mean. Like, I kind of wish he would have done it sooner. Like, I wanted it back then. I don't really want it now, but it's still cool. Like, I was listening to it on the way here, and I started to realize I think I like it a little bit more the more I listen to it.
Like for me personally, yeah, I think you're right because I've sort of grown out of that style of rap now. I think with so much, the landscape's changed so much that I don't know how I feel about the way he raps and the shit he says. Like I'm sort of out of my comedic rap phase. I guess you can say.
That's why I meant like I kind of wanted it before. I don't really want it now.
Yeah, like it didn't. It gave you that dose of nostalgia and then it wore off quick. It's out there. I don't think it did as great as it should have, but
I think it's apparently his streaming numbers are really good.
Yeah, but I think it's like that. If you didn't have the video, let's just say for example.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if the song alone would have done as good. Like I only
you're right about that
because of the video. I was like, oh
yeah,
shit,
I watched the video.
I want to see the video.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I think you need to experience it with the video to really appreciate it, because then it definitely makes more sense, and like I think that's like the theme to the whole project, right? Like the Death of Slim Shady theme, and
I personally hope that this is it. I think he's like 50 something years old. Like I think maybe M should just sort of literally be like, this is the end and I'm done, I'm out, and go out on a high note, because this is a good year for them, because I think Dre and Snoop are dropping their album. Snoop just dropped the other album with
the Dog Pound.
With the Dog Pound. 50 I think is featuring on some of these songs with these guys. So I feel like it's a great time to drop to ride that wave right now and then dip. But there was some pretty sensitive lines. I mean, and would it really be an M song if there was no sensitive shit in there?
Yeah. That's what I do appreciate about M is like he doesn't give a fuck.
He'll be
like try to cancel me, right? Like he doesn't care.
He does not give a fuck. This guy just literally is like, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and you either fuck with me or you don't, and if you don't, suck my dick. That's legit what this guy says in the song.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
One of the dope lines that I liked was, if I was to ask Megan Thee Stallion if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a fee? I didn't do it justice when I said that line right now, the way I said it, but the line itself was fucking dope. Like,
but that's what I mean. I feel like you need to see the video too, because then he plays it like he has the lyrics at the bottom of the video at that part, so it makes sense. Like feet, he means feature, right? But like feet, obviously he's referencing her getting shot in the
100%,
butt, right?
100%. What I will say is I'm very happy we came from the era where we got to see him come up. His come up was unreal, so I appreciate it for that reason. Will I fully listen to it all the way? I don't know. The next one, my shit may not be age appropriate, but I will hit an 8-year-old in the face with a participation trophy. Like, holy fuck, this guy, like,
that's why I think it's fun to listen to Eminem just because it's just like, it's like him challenging himself to like do multi-syllable, just like wordplay and just a bunch of different shit, right? Like he just does it as a sport, so it's kind of cool to see like, oh, what is he gonna come up with? What is he gonna say? And he always says some shit for shock value, right?
Oh, dude, the whole song was fucking shock value, man. Like the next one he says, "My transgender cat Siamese identifies as black but acts Chinese." Like, oh man, this guy does like I applaud him for just doing him, like sticking to his roots and not changing up. But fuck, these are some touchy ass lines, man. And then the best one to top it all off was, "Fuck my own kids, they're brats." And then in the video, he had his kids on FaceTime, and I was like, shit, like this is wicked, man. This is like the M we know. Hopefully, every other song now keeps up to that level of.
Yeah, we'll see what he. But I mean, like, how many songs can you just rap about just like shock value and immature type shit when you're 50 years old? We'll see. I don't think that will be the whole album, but I think obviously this song had a purpose. It was to do the whole throwback Slim Shady things, and I think it did its purpose though.
Like I remember like My Name Is What, like all those songs, like those songs are fucking dope, man.
This sounds just like one of those.
Yeah, it's actually a
like
sample.
Without Me or something like that.
Yeah, it's actually a sample from the song's actually called Abracadabra, and it's Steve Miller or somebody, I believe. And actually, he came out and said, "I support this project." So that was big. Otherwise,
because he's probably getting paid for it. He got to clear that sample.
He's
views, probably like Eminem, the biggest rapper in the world.
Yeah, his views went through the roof with that one, man.
Of course.
So I mean, we're talking about comebacks. I wouldn't call it M's comeback because M never really went away.
That's true.
But Roddy Ricch.
Yeah,
I can call that a comeback, man.
Definitely.
I think Roddy Ricch was here, and I don't know about you, I still think that he was up here because of Nipsey. I know me and you sort of differ on our opinion there, but I think Nipsey kept him here, and Hit Boy and everybody. But now, I think once Nipsey was gone, I personally think Roddy kept some songs and then he dipped. Now, I
don't agree, because I think that Please Excuse Me for being antisocial, like his debut album was, like his major debut album was like crazy. Like that, there's so many hits on that. Like the box went crazy because of TikTok, and then like there's so many good songs on there, man. Like listen, I started listening to that album again actually recently. Like just front to back, I think it's such a good album. There's so many good songs on it.
That was good, but.
He didn't even need features either. Like, he did.
Sustain it.
He did have features, but like he didn't need them. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, after that, where was he? He couldn't. He came up with another album and he couldn't hold it.
Yeah, no, he definitely. Right? Like, so the fall off was real after that, and he had a lot of hate online. Everyone's like, he fell off. His new shit sucks, and
that's what I'm saying. I personally still think Nipsey kept him up, but. It is what it is, but the new song is dope. I will give him that.
And you know what? Like the new song "Survivor's Remorse," it gives me like the "Please Excuse Me for being antisocial" vibes. Like I like it. He's really. I think that like as a comeback, this is like perfect because he's just basically being introspective, like, shit, I was really going through it. I gotta pay child support. I have survivor's remorse, just everything, right? It's such a good way to just be like, hey, sorry guys, I'm back to making good music. And I think like everybody's down. It's getting really good reviews and everyone likes it.
Yeah, I think I was always a Roddy fan, and I hated the fact that he dipped. And to see this, I'm excited like for what's coming next. I think it's dope. I also think his song "The Box" is what killed him a little bit, because I feel like when you have a song that's so big and it's like you're fucking, you know, it's hard because now every song you drop keeps getting compared to that.
Yeah.
Like, and face it, like if you have a song that's so big, you're not gonna keep getting songs that are as big. Like,
it's a gift and the curse, right? You gotta. When you have a song that big, then obviously everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, what do you have next? What's in store next?" And then it's so hard to match a song that big.
So maybe going away for a bit and coming back, sort of hit reset, and if it's like Survivor's Remorse, I'm down, man. I think it's dope. I fuck with that. Next up on the comeback list is Lil Baby.
Yeah.
You guys have probably been seeing it. Him and Central C. Band for Band on TikTok.
Yeah, Band for Band's doing really well, man.
It's fucking dope.
Yeah, it is a good song. Yeah.
Fuck it, we can go M for M. Like, oh man, I love that shit. It's Central C is somebody I just don't know what I feel about that. You know, like I don't know what I feel about him. He makes songs and then I'm sort of like, am I a fan? Am I not really a fan? Like, do I like Central C? And then you hear a song like this, and I'm like, okay, I do like Central C. And then I'll hear something else, and I'll be like, I don't know. Because, like, he was in Jumbotron, like, the music video. He was hanging out with all these other guys. He was on Drake's tour. And I know, like, Drake's probably keeping him around for the whole culture. But, I mean, actually, so is Drake really being a culture vulture because he's keeping Central C? Central C's not even black, so...
I thought he's half.
Is he half?
I'm pretty sure.
Then that's like him and Drake, though. That doesn't really count. But either way, I maybe he just the relevancy. Is it? I think I got it right. Oh shit! For one, I'm on the comeback like Lil Baby. I'm 1 for 1. But yeah, I don't know. I like the song, and but I still don't know what I feel about Central C.
Yeah, I like it. I like Central C too. Like, I think he's pretty dope, and like especially to cross over. If like you're that big in the UK and you cross over to North America, like you're doing something right. Like, he's huge right now. He's everywhere, and
he beat that curse with that first song.
But and I think that goes to show how big he is, because if we're talking about Lil Baby's comeback, like Lil Baby had to. So there was once a point where everybody wanted Lil Baby to be the feature, right? Because they wanted to ride Lil Baby's wave.
Yeah.
And people accuse Drake of that too, just to tie it back to Drake.
Yeah.
And then now we're looking at Lil Baby making his comeback. He has to hop on a song with Central C. But it worked, though. This is actually the first Lil Baby song I've been interested in for a long time.
Same. Like, I actually haven't been listening to Baby at all for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I would always give it a chance, and then I wouldn't save it. I didn't give a fuck. But this one, I saved, and it's catchy. And I don't know, man. I want Baby to succeed. I want, like, he's a dope rapper.
Yeah, I think this works because, like, I think everyone got tired of listening to so much Lil Baby, and a lot of it sounded the same. I think this worked because their styles are very different.
Yeah.
And the contrast of the styles makes the song really dope.
When I first heard the song, a lot of the comments I was reading was, like, Lil Baby, UK drill and trap. Like, how the fuck is that? And but it worked.
Exactly.
Man. It grew on everybody.
And then he also had that song with Sexy Red on In Sexy We Trust, the album.
Yeah. He has another one. He actually played another snippet.
Oh, okay. That's probably going to be his own, I guess.
Yeah. So, and that's another whole Baby's going to ride that coattail, because Sexy Red is fucking...
Exactly, and that's another example of, like, Sexy Red is so big right now. So
huge.
So what's he doing? He's riding... I mean, I'm not judging him. It's a smart thing to do. I bet you the label is probably telling him to do it too. And why wouldn't you, right? You're not going to let your career fall off. So you hop on with Central, see who's popping, and then you hop on with Sexy Red, who's popping, right?
Sexy Red is... She cringes me the fuck out, but when I'm alone, I don't mind. Like, I can sing along with some of her shit. I hate to admit it, but like, it's just weird, man. Like, her shit's catchy, but it's so like she's a terrible singer. She's ratchet as fuck. Like, did you see that WWE?
Yeah, she was on WWE. That was crazy.
That shit was fucked up, man. Like,
yeah.
Booker T like lost his shit when
he was so funny. He was like, so thirsty.
Yeah, bro. He went nuts. I was like, I remember when she first came out.
That was the best part.
Yeah, he went absolutely berserk.
Yeah, like the whole anytime she came on, like, oh my god, it was so
and
funny.
All she did was she just fucking threw her ass in a circle like the whole time.
But his reactions, he was like so desperate.
Yeah, man. Oh shit.
Well, that was dope. I really like how she did that, and like the crossover and everything. I think is really cool.
WWE's smart, man. I
Yeah,
don't know who they got working behind the scenes.
I mean, it's cross promotion. It makes sense for both parties, right?
Yeah.
They're so popular, and
it's crazy.
Why don't you get what's hot in pop culture and everything, which is Sexy Red?
Can you imagine like Drake and Kendrick in a Hell in a Cell? Like, fucking, we're gonna solve this once and for all. Oh, that'd be fucking sick.
That was the best meme, the one that someone made about Drake, Kendrick, and then J. Cole. They're in WWE 2K.
Oh,
then,
yeah.
And then at the end, J. Cole looks at it and he runs away.
He's like, I'm out, fuck this. Eject.
That was too funny.
Oh, man, that
was my favorite for the whole meme.
Oh, fuck. Like, see, shit like that makes me want to get into wrestling again. Like, it just like,
it is fun,
more
man.
Than
it's
I'm
like
in now.
It's like recently it's like the most successful it's ever been. It's doing huge numbers again. Like it's like a resurgence. It's like every so many years wrestling goes up in popularity, it dips, and then it comes back and it dips, right? So
yeah, they're smart, man.
I think it's definitely in the hot era.
They're definitely culture vulturing the shit out of rap right now, man. They're taking that ride. But yeah, no. If Lil Baby, he's on two for. Yeah, he's at 2 so far. I guess a snippet would make it 3. If he's 3 for 3, I would say he's back. My voice fucked up there for a second. Oh, fuck. I was like, don't call me yo. Shit.
I was like, how can I not?
Yeah, man. These fucking headphones.
I just gave you the look.
These headphones are a curse too, man.
I wasn't sure if I should laugh or not.
Oh, fuck. I felt it coming. I'm like, shit. I don't know what to do. It happened, and I'm like, in the corner of my eye, I'm like looking at him like, fuck. Don't say it. Oh, it's fuck, man. But
speaking of comebacks, your voice is back.
Oh, fucking shit.
So moving on.
The cheap ones continue. Talking, I can't even fucking. I'm so scared to say another word right now, man. But talking about comebacks, if Lil Baby 3 for 3, if he hits it, I think it's safe to say his career.
Oh yeah,
is
he's
back
back.
on track.
Yeah, everyone's gonna view him back, and
he'll be. I think it's safer to say I like Baby more as a feature artist and an actual artist.
Yeah,
I appreciate his features more.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
And then Gunna is still fucking making waves, man. The streets are still fucking with him. He's got that song with Roddy Ricch, which is a dope song. So the people that are against Gunna right now, like, and really like Roddy Ricch, what are you gonna do?
I find that weird because like Roddy is like he always reps the streets and everything, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone from the Atlanta side really made it seem like, oh, the streets don't fuck with Gunna, right?
Yeah.
And not even just Atlanta. A lot of people like even Dirk.
Everybody,
you know, yeah. So I found it weird that like Roddy was just openly clears a feature and does a song with Gunna when everyone's accusing him of being a rat and everyone's like, don't work with Gunna type of thing, right? Like, yeah. So I wonder where that's going.
Man. Fuck. I don't know. I'm going to play it safe and say I enjoy Gunna's music, and that's all I'm going to say. And I'm not going to go any further. I'm not going to go into the politics. But you mentioned Atlanta and Future and fucking Metro Boomin and their tour is not doing good. We first reported this live a few episodes ago that their tour is not doing the greatest. But
you actually did the detective work yourself.
I got the screenshots, man. I got the fucking receipts. I think that was like a month and a half or 2 months ago.
Yeah, that was a while back.
So I got the proof. I can Fuck. Me fucking up words is like a smooth criminal. Like in my head, it works great. When I say it, it fucks right up. Oh man. I have the receipts. I got the proof. I can show you that their tour was not doing great, and now everybody else is reporting that it's not doing great.
Yeah.
And I mean, fuck, it's a bad look if it gets canceled, man.
I know, especially in the midst of like all this beef, and it was just. And another thing is crazy because Future has the #1 with Like That.
Yeah.
Like, and he's still not able. Like, maybe you don't have to sell out everything, but a lot of the shows, the attendance is not high.
I think that being Future and being Metro, you have to sell out, or damn right close to sell out, the American leg of your tour. Canada, I get it. Prices are fucking high.
I mean, at least in like Atlanta and like your
areas,
anywhere near
man.
the yeah.
Like
South at least,
man.
right?
Like some of these places were like 80% empty. Maybe I'll go do another check soon in a couple weeks, and maybe they sold 20% more. But I mean, you should damn well be selling out, and the ticket prices are dirt cheap in the States, man.
Yeah,
like in Canada, we pay like $400 for ass seats, like like mid to ass. You know what I mean? Like
mid
to ass seats for $400. These guys damn well get seats for like fucking $100, man. They're not even nosebleeds. They're like mid fucking for $100, dog. That's like the going rate.
Way above ass.
Way above ass. $100 for way above ass, man. Shit, but like, and if you're still not selling out at that price, like, there's an issue, man.
Yeah, I know, especially if like a lot of shows get canceled. I don't think the whole tour would get canceled, but I could see a lot of shows getting canceled.
Because like J-Lo's tour just got canceled recently, and J-Lo's taking a lot of shit still. She claims it's because I need to spend more time with family, but it's straight up. People are saying, you are not it anymore. Nobody gives a fuck about you. So we're canceling the tour. And listen, if this tour somehow gets canceled, that's a strong message that y'all still need the boy.
Yeah, that's the thing, because like, so of Future's 3 #1 songs he's had, Like That with Kendrick, and then the other 2 are Way Too Sexy with Drake, and then Wait For You with Drake.
With Drake. So you know, like, you guys went against him. He damn well sold out his first series of his tour. He sold out the second leg of his tour, and I guarantee if he was to say I'm doing another tour next year, he would still sell out.
Yeah,
but
I think Drake's last shows in Atlanta were sold out, right? Didn't he? I think he did 2 nights in Atlanta. They were both sold out.
He sells out everywhere he goes.
Yeah, he's selling out across the board. But that's like, I think we talked about this before. Is like, it's really hard to sell out stadiums. Like,
100%.
you have to be like, there's only so many artists that do that, right? Like we were talking about, like Drake, J. Cole, Travis does stadiums. Kendrick does for sure.
Kendrick could easily sell.
And that's why like these guys are
who they are.
I think 21 Savage is he doing a stadium tour? I think he is, right?
Yeah, he's been pretty damn fucking good, man. Like I think he has a whole. It's the first time because of his visa issues and shit. But I mean, actually, that was only in Canada. His American part is doing great too. So I don't know, man. But Future and Metro better get their shit together. I have been seeing Metro doing his tour in like Dubai and all these other places, and they're having to. He has his. This is the thing that gets me, man. Like, he has to play some of his songs that are with Drake. So when you're sitting there hating on Drake, and now you got to play his songs, and people say like, "Oh, he produced them," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. But if you're so anti-Drake, don't play a Drake song.
No, man.
You have to, though.
No, what do you mean you have to? It's his song as much as it's Drake's song. But then that's like saying then Drake can't perform it because it's a Metro beat or something.
No, but from a producer's point of view, it's the song. Unless you're straight up saying like it's me featuring, like Drake featuring Metro, yada yada. Technically, it's become Drake's song. Unless like you're Khaled, where you're straight up saying DJ Khaled featuring Wayne, Ross, fucking Drake, yada yada yada.
Nah, I'm not gonna agree on that one.
You don't have to. I'm just saying this is the beauty of this. We can fucking go back and forth. I know what you're saying. Metro's a super producer, and he does have the share.
I think your opinion is mid to ass.
Yeah, it's our level. What goes higher than mid? Tell me where. Why don't you say for our viewers? Oh, fuck. But, I mean, it is what it is. Either way, they still need Drake to fucking get somewhere. You're not gonna, like I've said before, you're not gonna get bigger promotion than this.
I mean, it is what it is, man.
At the end of the day, I'll go still if it's here. I'm not gonna sit here and say
Yeah, I
fuck
would
'em.
honestly. I want
still fuck
to
with them.
actually see Future. I think it'd be a dope show.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that ticket prices come down and I just end up getting so cheap and I go.
It'd be dope. I mean, fuck. So then now that we've brought up Drake and we've brought up ghostwriting, well, we didn't really bring it up, but Drake and ghostwriting.
Beautiful transition.
Beautiful, yeah. So I mean, Drake. We mentioned Drake, and the biggest headline right now seems to be Mob Ties, ghostwriting, and reference tracks. And
that's crazy because it's. I'm okay with like someone. I know not everyone is, but I'm okay if someone just like, hey, like bounce ideas off each other. Oh, I like how you. Oh, that's an idea I could work with, and I could turn it into something huge.
Yeah.
Oh, I could take like a flow and make a whole song out of it. I could take like just a line or the way you said something or whatever, right? Get an idea from it.
Sparks an idea.
Yeah. If it sparks and you grow it from there on your own. But Mob Ties, it sounds like he just took the whole damn verse from Vori.
So I listened to the reference track, and yes, I will say, it's a pretty fucked up situation. He is taking it, but Vori's is only 1:51. The actual song is like 3 something. So I have a feeling that he took that first part, and which still isn't the best look, but I think he came up with the second verse himself. But okay, I get it. Reference tracks, all that shit. But really, if you were to break it the fuck down, do you know how many people out there have reference tracks? Do you know?
Hold on, wait. Before we switch from Mob Ties, but like, okay, so tell me, what's the concept of the song? Like, what's he?
That Drake's tied with the mob,
and like he's dissing kind of others, right?
Well, it started from.
But isn't it odd that like you're dissing other people and you didn't even write it?
What? Okay, so let's put our thinking caps on here. What if he wrote the raps, right? Now this is a wild fucking theory, but I'm gonna throw it out there. What if he wrote the raps, rapped it in a different way, and Vori was like, "Wait, I got a better way of rapping it. Let me fucking give you a reference track for it."
Yeah, I mean,
that could be a mid idea, or that might be an ass theory. I don't know, but it could be a possibility. Just
now that kind of threw me off. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm trying to think. So that would mean that Drake wrote it. Vori
was like, "Yo, I got I got a better way of rapping."
And then Drake's like, "No, give it back to me."
No, then he's like, "Actually, I fuck with your way better, so I'll rap."
But
it.
But
I'm just saying, I don't know.
But then that's kind of crazy because when I first heard Mob Ties, like when I listened to Scorpion, it's from Scorpion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one stood out to me. I'm like, damn, that's one of my favorite tracks from Scorpion. So then it would be kind of different knowing like, oh damn, like how did Drake originally rap it? It must have sounded like fucking ass then.
It wasn't in the mid range. It was definitely in the ass range.
It was all the way in the ass range.
Yeah.
And then that means Vori made it
hot, yeah.
Because one thing, like I'll give Drake credit to
you fucked up. You fucked up. It ain't as easy as it seems. That you fucked up. I got you. Oh,
you don't fucked up.
Oh man.
So what I was gonna say was like one thing I will give Drake credit for though is like he said on back to back, he's like, y'all just mad because I got the Midas touch. Like when he does rap something, it sounds dope. Like when he jumped on Versace, like he used the Migos whole flow. It was like I never heard Versace until Drake got on it. So my introduction to that was like, oh, this is so dope. Oh, where did Drake get this flow from? This concept, everything. Versace, like.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, like as the song went on, I'm like, oh, that's them. That's their style. That's their song. Like they already had all that without Drake. But Drake made it sound so lit though.
See, like this is my thing on it, man. Like I'll say it. People are so shook right now. Oh my god, reference track, fucking this, that, the other. Like this shit's not new. Like this is old news. Like reference tracks, we've heard reference tracks on SoundCloud, blah blah blah, come up all the fucking time. Only because Kendrick said it. Now you guys give a fuck. What about the shit that came out like 10 years ago and no one fucking batted an eye?
So
it was whatever.
Like the thing is, even with Mob Ties, like Vori was still credited on that.
Yeah,
like, no one just ever knew. But I guess that's also like the extent of the credit. No one knew.
No one gave a fuck to look.
Yeah, and like Future's been credited on a bunch of Drake songs that Future's not on.
Feel No Ways.
Yeah,
Future did the chorus. Now, even Ross claims, well, he didn't actually say it, but in one of his snaps or his IG stories, he said like Sicko Mode was playing, and he was like, guess who wrote it? Guess who? Huh. And it's like, this is my thing on it though. That's fine. You wrote it. Don't hate now, because when all of you guys were fucking with him back then and writing this shit, yes, you can say he was collect. Where were you then? If you're so against it and you're calling him out, why were you fucking doing it for him back then?
Yeah, that part I agree with, because I think that's kind of petty. It's like,
now you're against ghostwriting?
yeah, well, because the whole idea of like, we don't trust you, but what are you doing? You're letting out all these secrets after you stop talking to him. So it's like, we can't trust you either.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't fuck with you. You got a ghostwriter. I was your ghostwriter for a few songs back then, but come on, get the fuck. And okay, now let's look at it this way. Drake ghostwrited for some people. So now do we discredit every song that he's written for others?
So, okay, so now, okay, so would you still, so now knowing what we know now, like there was that other one, like Party Next Door, the Ratchet Birthday, right?
Yeah.
Like that came out, so Party wrote that.
Party Next Door also wrote Work for Rihanna.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
So now do we cancel Work? I think Work just went like double platinum, something diamond or something. Platinum? You son of a fucking gun. I don't want to say it. You just fuck. I hate this. This has become a thing. Who's gonna call out who? Shit. But yeah, no, like it just went like double diamond or triple diamond, like something, and she left Drake's name off the plaque, so Drake didn't get that certification.
Oh, okay.
But Party Next Door wrote that song.
Yeah, but Party also wrote like there was a reference track for like Legend on If You're Reading This Too Late.
A lot of shit.
Yeah, there was a couple of them, I think. Yeah. But so that's what I was gonna bring up though, is like we know what we know of what surfaced. Yeah. We don't know what hasn't surfaced.
100%.
Maybe. Is that why he keeps Party around all the time? Does Party
we know
write?
that though. Like even what the fuck was his name? The guy who did Tuesday, I Love McConan or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like he was even Smiley's. These guys are on there because they don't make hit records for themselves, but they're good lyricists, so he keeps them around the camp. Case in point, Weeknd, fucking Crew Love, all these songs back in the day, like. If Weeknd would have signed to him, Weeknd wouldn't have been a huge artist. He would have been Drake's lyricist. Like,
but that's weird because Weeknd doesn't even write all his own songs. Dude, like he keeps Belly around. Belly writes so much Weeknd shit.
Belly's a fucking underrated genius.
The Hills went number 1, and Belly wrote that. So
Belly on Double Up from Nipsey, just fucking dope, man. Like there's so like Belly is so underrated, and I hate it because he's Canadian. He's a fucking free Tory. He's Canadian and all that shit, and this guy still like he just doesn't get that notoriety that he's supposed to. But I he's a dope fucking. But even other guys though, like listen, Drake and Jumbotron Shit Poppin' was written by Lil Yachty.
Yeah,
I heard that rumor way before I even heard the reference track. So people were straight up saying like, oh, he's only keeping Yachty around to have that sound.
Yeah, and definitely like, but that's another example of, it's crazy that like Yachty did that, but I wouldn't listen to it if Yachty released it. When Drake did it, it was like, when I heard it, I'm like, this song's lit, it's so good. Drake just has that touch. But so I guess what I was gonna ask you was, so where do you hold Drake in regards to like, is he still one of the best rappers?
I don't think he's one of the best rappers, but he's damn well one of the greatest artists. And I think, but if I go back to like 5 a.m. in Toronto and all that shit, I'm positive he wrote, well, I'm not positive, but like I'm pretty damn sure he wrote that shit. So he has talent. To call him the greatest rapper, well, fuck, I don't know if I can call him the greatest rapper, but I can call him the greatest of all time, period. And even on...
because so you're a producer, right?
Yeah.
So imagine, how would you feel if like you make all your beats from scratch? Yourself, you don't get anyone else to play the keyboard, you don't get anyone else to do it. How would you feel if there's another producer getting all this credit and really it's like say like, oh, Scott Storch did the piano the same way like he did it for Dre or something, right?
But that's the industry. That's just the industry though, man. Like that's just, you sign up for that. Like if you guys think, okay, case in point, not like us, Kendrick and Mustard, that wasn't 100% Mustard's beat. Mustard got sent a sample by somebody else. All Mustard did was throw in the fucking drums and some hi-hats. So threw in some claps, put that shit together, sent it off to a fucking engineer and said, here you go, buddy, Bob's your uncle. I haven't said that in forever. But like,
what does that mean?
I don't know, but I've heard
Bob's
people
your
say
uncle?
before, Bob's your uncle, and fucking boom bam biggie dang diggy doo. That's I don't know what the fuck, man. But like,
Bob's your uncle.
I've heard it before.
What does that mean?
Bob's your uncle. Uncle Bob is your uncle. I don't know. Fuck, I've heard it. I thought it just made sense. I don't really know how the fuck. I don't think it makes sense. It just sounds good to say. Like, you know, case in point, Bob's your uncle.
Can you imagine Mustard saying, "Bob's your uncle"?
Bob's your uncle on the beat. How? Oh fuck. But yeah. So I mean, you can't sit here and say that these guys 100% did everything.
But I think that that's the argument though. Is like Drake is successful. He's always gonna be. Like, his numbers don't lie. But when you're talking about, is he the best rapper? Is he this and that? You lose a lot of credibility because, I mean, when you're not writing all your own stuff and more comes out and we're realizing, like, oh, like, how much of this... Fuck, I hang around you too much. How much of
he
this...
fucks up and still fucking shits on me at the same time. Oh, wow.
How much of this is really Drake then? Or is it, or people just feeding it to him like, hey, this is what you say and this is how you say it?
Okay, so then I'm gonna ask you this: you're saying the rappers, fair enough. I see where you're going with that. But now, when you look at Alicia Keys and Beyonce, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, are we gonna turn around and be like, they were some of the greatest singers of our time?
Singers, yes, because they could sing their ass off,
and some of the greatest artists. But Drake wrote some of their songs. So
okay,
now do we discredit Alicia Keys for Unthinkable because Drake wrote it?
So I think this is a different. So now we're talking like pop and rap.
But I mean,
I think rap
them in their respective lane. Do we take them out of that lane and say, well, you didn't write all your own songs?
No. But this is what I mean is because with rap, I think it's always been about like, oh, I'm the nicest, I'm the best. My bars are the hardest, and it's showmanship, right? It's like it's me versus you.
I see where you're going with it.
When you're strictly talking about like best rapper,
that's why I call him the best rapper.
Like imagine you going to a battle rap with me right now. You wrote all your shit, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna show you what's up. And then I come and I'm like reading off a paper of someone else you know,
shit that I wrote and gave it to you. No, but I know that's what I mean. Like I see what you're saying, but that's where I refuse to say that Drake's the best rapper. I won't say he's the best rapper around. He can say it. Anyone else can say it, but I don't even consider him in that category because from back in the day, I've been seeing him being such a great artist. I will call him an artist, not a rapper.
But that's why I think a lot of people, it takes away from their ability to enjoy Drake's music because they're very protective about that aspect. Like, no, like you got to write your own stuff. Like, if feels weird to me knowing that, oh, you didn't wrote this, but you're singing it, and maybe you're singing about someone else's life, like someone else's idea, someone else's. So I can see why that would rub someone the wrong way.
There's so many artists here that fucking look at Future, for example. Okay, fine, we want to talk about that. Future straight up says he doesn't fucking drink lean by the gallon. He doesn't do half the shit he raps about. It's all a facade, man. These guys just want to fucking make hits about what they think is gonna sell. That's just the industry they're in. Again, I won't call Drake the greatest rapper, but Drake himself, like even in back-to-back for Meek Mill, he said, you're getting bodied by a singing, you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like people have put Drake in that rapper category 100% themselves. He was never fully in there, but if you're going to fucking throw me in there, I'm going to run with it. Why not? If you guys want to fucking put me in that conversation, let's go for it. That's just my opinion. I mean, even Kanye himself has said that Drake is one of the greatest fucking writers of all time, and he would love to have him in on like as a writer in the background of every studio
I guess
session.
that's another topic. Like, where do you draw the line then? Because I mean, clearly we've seen that he can write songs. He's written songs. He's written for other people, and we've clearly seen that other people have written for him too. Yeah. So now, how do you separate, like, because he's shown to be a great songwriter, but he's also shown that maybe he needs help from others too. So
now, talking about others, where does Drake go now, though? Because I heard there's another hater. Add another one to the list, and apparently it's Travis Scott. So
that's what people are assuming, because they said that it's actually someone that in the public eye, it looks like he fucks with Drake, and they've had hit records together. So a lot of people think
who
hit
else is
records.
left? Everybody else has already turned their back on him. Who's left out of the French Montana? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, 21 Savage, but that would no.
21 just brought him out in Toronto.
Yeah, he
like,
did. Yeah.
They're like,
I was thinking like Lil Baby, maybe.
I don't think people care that much about Lil Baby like that.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of caring. I think it's like he's a big artist and he doesn't.
But he
fuck
also
with Drake.
didn't Drake say a line something about like, if your baby mama started to kiss and tell, like it'd be a fucked up situation.
Yeah, he said that on push-ups, right?
Who else is that really? You know, that's Travis Scott. If it is Travis Scott, that's fucking crazy though, man. Like Sicko Mode, all these like, wow, man, that'd be a huge fucking hit. But like, who like? I don't know. Maybe you guys should comment in our fucking comments or something. Let us know. Like, who does Drake work with next? Where do you go?
Yeah, he's still working with Sexy Red, right?
But even these guys, it's not like his song from Scorpio. Like he literally has no friends in the industry. Like it's crazy.
Maybe Jay-Z.
Yeah, fuck. But even now, like, how do you reinvent yourself? You've done the pop, you've done the the UK, you've done the Jamaican, the dance hall, all that shit. Like you've done house. Which angle do you take? And now, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a struggle for this guy.
Success kind of fixes losing. So I mean, if you say he took an L on the beef and all that stuff, like all he needs is a hit record. Like same way we talked about Lil Baby. Like, we're like, oh, shit. Oh, that Band for Band song's good. Oh, shit, this is good. Yeah. Like, now all of a sudden, he starts to release a couple good songs. You forget about everything, and it's like, oh, he's back.
Yeah, but it's like, the thing is with these guys, Lil Baby and shit, they're not on the outs, right? They can still call Future or somebody else and be like, yo, here, hit me up for a feature. Drake, who's he going to call? Can't call, like, go down the list. He can't call Future. He can't call Metro. He can't call Kanye. Can't call Kendrick. Apparently can't call Travis.
What about Lil Wayne?
I really want to fucking know where Wayne is right now in all this. Like, he's been silent the whole time.
Well, he can still call 21. What if they did Her Lost Part 2?
No, I know. But, I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, that's all you've got in your itinerary or arsenal now.
Yeet.
Yeah, oh, fuck, man. Listen, that's...
But that's the thing. I think that's why, like, people are kind of hitting on Drake too, like, at your age.
At your age, I get it.
He's like, how old? Like, 20, early 20s,
yeah.
right? And Sexy Red.
The other guy.
Like, he's still working with these younger artists, but maybe that's probably by design too, right? Like, you stay fresh. You kind of always have their fan base now.
It's a double-edged sword. Like, you have to, if you stick to your lane, you're gonna only stay in that one side. If you're trying to stay relevant, you have to dip into these other lanes. Who's why can't I remember his name? The guy that did that the dance. Remember I sent you the picture today? He came out of jail after so long. Fuck, why am I not remembering his name? Bobby Shmurda.
Oh,
right. Like, even he said it. Like, the reason why my music's not hitting the stream because he's like, they're pushing a different agenda. They're pushing everybody that just paints their nails and shit like that. So that is the one thing I've always hated. I don't know why Drake did that shit. Like, that's where I was like, bro, pull it back, bud. Cut out the paint and nail. I actually think Drake realistically needs to cut the dreads, go back to his old hair. Get rid of the nails, go back to get rid of some of the baggy clothing, and go revamp the whole image back to the other way. But then people can be like, oh, Kendrick won. Because
people
Kendrick
are already saying that.
But I mean in the sense of, like, Kendrick called him out for a culture vulture, and now he reverted back to the old, like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It truly is crazy.
Yeah, I think this will be definitely a pivotal point in Drake's career because we're going to see how he bounces back.
Yeah, it's either he goes from mid to ass or mid to chest, and sky's the limit, man. At this age, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. If I was Drake right now, I'd be confused as shit.
It's a hard industry, man, and especially in hip hop to, like, grow old and still be successful. It's not like the other genres where, like, country, you could be old as hell, still make music. Rock
even
music,
rock,
like,
man. These guys are touring at like 70 years old.
Like Kiss, all these bands are still
selling out more than Future and fucking Metro.
I see, like people, you run into, like, older folks, like, say, like 50-year-olds and stuff, and they're still like, oh man, like, so-and-so, like, is coming to town. Even, like, 60-year-olds, like, oh, Bruce Springsteen or some shit, right? Like, they'll still go out of their way to see those rock shows.
Yeah. It's,
But like, if you find out like, I don't know, I think of like an older rap group, like Bone Thugs and Harmony was like touring a little while back, and like they're doing like the smallest of small venues, and
even
like,
Snoop
people
and
like
Warren G and DJ Quick, they're coming back. They're doing like a whole Canadian leg, just literally Canada only.
yeah, or someone like even like
Ice
the Game,
Cube.
like the Game's not doing big shows like the way he
Yeah.
would. 50, I think 50 is an exception. Because 50 did the whole final lap, like, so he did stadiums.
50 is coming to a BC Lions game. And
I want to go to that actually. Just
it's
to see
crazy
50.
because they're saying it's going to be like, I think, the second largest attendance for BC Lions in history. I think the first one when they got the new owner and all that shit happened with LL Cool J. But that, it's fucking crazy, man. Like it's pretty cool to see 50 Cent at a BC Lions game, because I've always thought CFL was shaky, but to see 50 Cent there, I would pay to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially because I missed that first one.
It's like $40 a ticket or something,
It's
right?
dirt cheap.
That's like way cheaper than what I paid to see a final lap.
It's a nosebleed section for fucking. No, it's actually $35 a ticket. I checked yesterday. It's $35, and if you're a kid under 15,
But that's like ass level.
It's 17 for kids. So I mean, there's no reason. I wonder how much he's even getting paid. If tickets are selling for $35,
he's gotta be making good money to come out to BC.
Yeah.
To do a CFL game. Like, that's crazy.
That's nuts, man. But I think we've hit the nail on the head. Bob's your uncle, and I want to see what happens next, man. I got to see where the fuck we go. Drake's gonna stay mid, ass, or up. That was lame as shit. Oh wow. But it's a wrap. See you next time.
Peace.
Boom.